From the east, house of light, may wisdom dawn in us, so we may see all things in clarity. From the north, house of night, may wisdom ripen in us, so we may see all from within. From the west, house of transformation, may wisdom be transformed into right action, so we may do what must be done. From the south, house of the eternal sun, may right action reap the harvest, so we may enjoy the fruits of planetary being. From above, house of heaven, where star people and ancestors gather, may their blessings come to us now. From below, house of earth, may the heartbeat of her crystal core bless us with harmonies to end all war. From the center, galactic source, which is everywhere at once, may everything be known as the light of mutual love. Ayum hunabku, evam maya e maho. Ayum hunabku, evam maya e maho. Ayum hunabku, evam maya e ma ho.
Peace and blessings, Star Ken. Welcome to the new Ken orientation. I definitely want to give thanks and gratitude to the prayer of the seven galactic directions, and definitely say Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe Yo. And also, I want to give thanks and gratitude to the source of all creation, to Mother Earth, our ancestors, our star elders, as well as the foundation for the law of time. We give thanks and gratitude to Jewel University of Immortal Sciences, Melanin 6, our master teachers, the Mimic Priesthood, which Mimic stands for Melanated Immortals Making Evolutionary Changes, as well as our indigenous family and star elders as well. So Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe Yo. And so we already went through the prayer of the seven galactic directions. So I am going to introduce myself. I am Moon Goddess Ambrosia, Kin 181, the Red Crystal Dragon. And I have the honor of being the new Kin Orientation Facilitator, which I will be doing this along with our very own Neb Taharka Kanish Kawak. And it's definitely an honor, as always, to be here on the platform and to grow and evolve with all of you. So I would like to definitely start off by stating my personal affirmation for Kin 181, which states, I dedicate in order to nurture, universalizing being. I seal the input of birth with the crystal tone of cooperation. I am guided by the power of space. Ashe, Ashe, and Ashe-yo. And in addition to me being the facilitator of the New Kin orientation, I am also an assistant instructor for the Synchronistic Human Law Time LOT 100 course, which has been a blast to be able to facilitate, to assist Nepta Harker within that course. And so, if at any point you feel like you have any additional questions, feel free to reach out to me at moongoddess@synchronistichuman.com. And so we are going to go ahead and jump right into the session. So again, welcome back to the New Kin orientation sessions, which are held every Thursday at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And when we're here on these sessions, some of the things that we will cover is, just diving in to introduce everyone to their galactic signature. We'll talk about why knowing your, or how, well, I'll say why knowing your galactic signature is very beneficial to helping you dive into deeper discovery of your purpose. We'll also go over the Kin of the Plasma Oracle reading and talk about some evolutionary tools and more. So definitely make sure that you grab a pen, some paper, and get ready to take some notes, because we are definitely going to hop right on in. And be sure to also write down synchronistichuman.com so that you can go explore the website, explore some of the courses that we have as well, and just check us out. And so we're going to go ahead and move forward here. And as I've mentioned, some of the topics that we will be exploring on this session, we're actually going to start off by, checking in with everyone and seeing where everyone is logging in from. We'll talk about who we are at synchronistichuman.com, or Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment. And then we'll get into those other concepts, as far as introducing anyone to their galactic signature and talking about why you want to know that, the kin of the plasma. And then we'll have Nepta Harker come on in to talk about how to maximize the Synchronistic Human platform. And then he'll go over some of the upcoming events that we have, and go through the process of getting started with studying with us. And then you'll also have an opportunity to ask any questions that you may have as well. And then we'll close out on with these sessions. And so everybody, let's start by dropping in the chat whether you are here tuning in from StreamYard, Facebook, Instagram, wherever you are, go ahead and drop it in the chat and let us know what your kin number is and where you are logging in from. I will actually go first. I'll do that and go first. I am Kin 181 and I am logging in from Richmond, Virginia. So let's see. We have Kin 8 Roderick from Detroit, Michigan. We have Kin 211 Eshe. She is logging in from StreamYard, and she is from the 757. That is Virginia. So Ashe and gratitude. Who else do we have? I see that we have Kin 195. I'm not sure where she is logging in from, but Kin 195 is here as well. Maybe she'll drop that in the chat for us. And then we have Kin 236 Patrick logging in from Clarksville, Tennessee. We have Katrina, Kin 26 from Atlanta. Atlanta / Detroit. So Ashe, Ashe. And as you can see, we are all over. We are all over. And it's definitely amazing to, just see where everyone is logging in from, because you'll be surprised to see who may be right next door to you, whether next door is the next city or the next state over. So also we have Miss Carter. I don't want to mispronounce your name. So we have Miss Carter, Kin 156, logging in from Las Vegas, Nevada. Ashe. I've definitely been out to Vegas and I've had a blast out there. So it's great to see that we also have kin that is located out in Vegas. So maybe next time I come out there, I might come visit you and we could chop it up and everything. And so I appreciate all of you for checking in, letting us where you're located. And we're actually going to go ahead and start talking about who we are as Synchronistic Human, the School of Enlightenment. So we are a progressive group of cosmic beings that are highly intelligent, intuitive, telepathic, and laser beam focused on evolving throughout the journey of remembrance so that we can fulfill our galactic purpose. One thing that's really significant about us is that we can all agree that we are dedicated to evolving. And so this is why we are all here. This is why we are, really coming together as a community so we can move progressively in the directions for all of humanity to evolve. And so that brings us to the definition. Oh, not quite yet. We'll get into the definition of a synchronistic human shortly. But I do want to go over a couple of details and just share some information about, about our school. And so the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment is an online school. As we even checked in, we could see that we have a lot of people in the community that are located all over the place. However, we are based in Atlanta. And so no matter where you are in the world, you can tap in with us and study with us and grow and evolve with us as well. And so we were founded in July of 2023 by our very own Nabtaharka Kanishka Watt. So that makes him the founder and chancellor of Synchronistic Human. And again, we accept students worldwide. And so we are currently, we are actually towards the end of wrapping up our winter semester. And so within it all, we have 12 courses that are currently being offered, which we will talk about the law of time and its relationship with nature, as well as how, tapping into this cosmology helps us to refine the way that we see ourselves. So, by us tapping into this cosmology, we also recognize how divine we are, tapping into our power to create and evolve. And this also helps to shape and, give shape and form to us shifting the way that we see ourselves so that we can evolve. And so that is some of the background information about the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment. And so this brings us now to what is a synchronistic human. I tell you, I feel like I see this every time I get on this slide. This is one of my favorite pieces to go over because it really defines who we are and what our whole mission and focus is as well. And so a synchronistic human is defined as someone who is able to be multidimensional while unifying energy from the synchronicities of natural time cycles towards the holonomic evolution of humanity, Mother Earth, and the galactic whole. And so this is a great definition. This is one of those things that you want to grab a screenshot of so that you can stay minded or stay mindful of what it means to be a synchronistic human. And so by having this definition, it helps you to just bring the full picture together of what that means. And so give thanks and gratitude to Neb Harker for giving us such an amazing definition to hone in on in the forefront of our minds. And so, one of the root words within synchronistic human is synchronicity, right? Or being synchronized. And so we're going to talk about what exactly a synchronicity is. So that refers to the underlying cosmic intelligence that synchronizes people, places, and events into a meaningful order. And so a lot of the time we want to call these coincidences or, whatever. But, this helps us to come into our own awareness of how powerful we actually are, because synchronicities are created or we experience synchronicities when an outer event corresponds to our inner thoughts, perceptions, or feelings. So I also love to talk about what synchronicities are as well, because it shows us how we can really tap into the power of our thoughts, our perception, and feelings, and evolve the experiences that we actually have, throughout life. And so we could look at this definition, forward and, I'll say it's like a reflection, right? Our whatever we experience is a reflection of how we think and how we feel. And so, we can twist that around and tap into our own personal power to create the synchronicities throughout our experience, which helps us to evolve, right? And so this is the first session of the New Kin orientation. And so we want to, just familiar or get you all to understand and what I'm trying to say. I want you all to know where exactly we're getting this information from. This is based on the Olmec calendar, also known as the Zocan. And so when you look at the date that you were born on within the 13 moon calendar, it is also coded by your galactic signature. And so your galactic signature is one of the 260 possibilities encoded in the Zocan harmonic module. So that is what I was referring to when I was saying the Zocan spiritual calendar. And so by playing the role of your galactic signature, you allow yourself, your mind, your body, and your spirit to vibrate to that particular frequency, and you broadcast it out to everyone around you and that's your gift. And so by knowing your galactic signature, it just helps you to recognize your signature energy and frequency that you operate in, and you could tap into that and use that for infusing your frequency in the synchronicities that you're producing throughout your experience. And so this is why you want to get to know what your galactic signature is as well. And so we're going to actually say the galactic signature for this plasma, or we say the kin of the plasma, as we are actually closing out the red moon wave spell. And so one thing I'll say about the red moon wave spell is this is the power of universal water. So this is talking about purifying our flow. And so what are we purifying exactly? We're purifying the flow of us operating in our galactic signature. In our frequency, we want to, remove all of the distractions or the quote unquote toxic or the impurities of us flowing in our energy throughout this wave spell, which brings us to the kin of the plasma, kin 221, the red cosmic dragon. And so before we dive into the oracle reading for Ken 221, we're going to say the affirmation together. Join me if you are able to, read along with me. And we're going to read it a total of 3 times just to bring in the frequency and really focus in on what this means. And so let's join in, and we're going to read it 3 times. Y'all got it? We're going to read it together 3 times, all right? All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. I endure in order to nurture, transcending being. I seal the input of birth with the cosmic tone of presence. I am guided by the power of life force. All right. So this time I'm actually going to shift out I for you, because you, all of us, So you endure in order to nurture, transcending being. You seal the input of birth with the cosmic tone of presence. You are guided by the power of life force. Do y'all feel this energy? We're talking about enduring, operating in our frequency, operating in our purpose. We're talking about nurturing ourselves so that we can carry out us operating in our frequency and carrying out our purpose. This is what the red cosmic dragon is bringing in for us to focus in on. And so for this third round, we're going to switch out I, the you, for we, because also we're doing this as a collective. So join me for the third round of saying the affirmation. We endure in order to nurture, transcending being. We seal the input of birth with the cosmic tone of presence. We are guided by the power of life force. Ashe, Ashe, and Asheo. One thing that really stood out for me in this affirmation is transcending being. That means we are taking flight and operating in the frequency that we carry. We're allowing this energy to radiate throughout our body, and we're moving in this frequency. So with all of that, we're actually going to go through the breakdown of the red cosmic dragon, because every part of the name holds significance. So anytime that we are on a red kin, this is us initiating a whole new evolutionary process. So we are initiating through that red color pattern. We are initiating the power of our birth through nurturing our being, through nurturing ourselves. So I know I skipped over the cosmic tone, and I did that for a reason, because the creative power that we're focusing on is that of the red dragon. We're initiating the power of our birth, the power of us operating in our purpose, the power of nurturing all that we incarnated to be. Everyone that is here, we all incarnated with the purpose. And so the red dragon helps us to hone in on that frequency to bring awareness to what that is. We're initiating that process. And the red dragon is also known as the primal force. So that lets you know this is the original energy that we are embodying. So you're embodying the original energy that you were incarnated on, right? And so then when we look at the cosmic tone, which is focused on enduring, transcending, and being present, or being in the presence. So this frequency tone is the vibration that the red dragon operates in. So the energy is the power of birth, us operating in our purpose, as our original primal force energy, and we're vibrating in that frequency so that we can actually take flight and endure being present in our physical body. And so when we put this all together, that is, the focus for us on this plasma, which also goes back to what I was saying about us being in the red moon wave spell. The beginning of this wave spell was to attract and unify our energy. And now that we're on the red cosmic dragon, we did all that attracting, we purified our flow so that we can nurture and transcend in the original energy that we incarnated with, or the frequency that we incarnated with. So that goes back to knowing what your galactic signature is. And so throughout this evening, that's something I would encourage you all to meditate on. And we actually do have an assignment that we're going to talk about a little bit as well. But, I just wanted to make sure that we go through the breakdown of the red cosmic dragon to help to bring it into full perspective as to what the kin of this plasma is bringing in for us. And so I give thanks to Ken 221. And I also want to shout out Ken 221, the thought seeder, and say happy galactic return to him as well. And so with that, we'll go ahead and move forward into talking about our first assignment during this red heptad. So the first thing that you want to do this evening is to recite your galactic signature. Make sure you do it a total of 3 times. And it also, throughout this heptad, we want you to say your signature, your affirmation daily. So all throughout this heptad from today up until next Thursday, honestly, after next Thursday, you should still be saying your galactic signature. And the reason why we want you to do that is so that you can also memorize your signature as well. The third part of the assignment is to record any insights and downloads that you receive. So one thing I will say from my own personal experience of saying my personal affirmation, it helps to remind me of the energy that I actually carry. Like that was one thing that really intrigued me about this cosmology. It really helped to put into words all that I am. I'm very nurturing. I'm real big on cooperation. Like I want us to all work together and be nurtured as our original selves. Like I just want everybody to be themselves and live their best life, and let's cooperate and share our arts with each other, right? And so that's some of the insights that I've received, early on in getting to know more about my my galactic signature. So you want to make sure that you record any of those insights and downloads that you receive as you recite your galactic signature as well. And you'll be surprised. Sometimes, like say, for example, you say your signature today, you might get a completely different download or insight the next time you say it. So definitely make sure that you write these things down, because you can always go back to reflect on, on these insights and, on your notes and everything. And so that will be your assignment for the first heptad. And so with all of that, I want to say that, just make sure you do this assignment. Make sure you do this assignment. And so I'm actually going to go ahead and introduce Neb Taharka, Ken 239. He is, again, the founder and chancellor of Synchronistic Human, as well as the co-founder of Mimic. And, I appreciate Neb a lot I appreciate Neb a lot for him being able to show us how to really make this cosmology more practical in our application. I know it can sound like, beyond this world sometimes with all these different terms that we may use. However, when you really, apply what we're learning, you start to come into your own understanding of it as well. And I appreciate Neb Taharka for being able to be as dedicated and be consistent as he is, so that he can be able to break it all down for us in a way that makes sense. And so with all of that, he has been teaching 20 consecutive semesters of the Law of Time, the Hollow Mind Perceiver, and so much more. Like I could go in and go on and on about all that he does. I can't go any further without stating that one-on-one synchronicity coaching that Neb offers, I want to highly encourage you all to reach out to him for that for those. He has over 1,000 hours of coaching sessions. Like he knows what he talks. He knows what he's talking about when he in those sessions. So definitely link up with him. Reach out to get your own one-on-one coaching session, and look, you're gonna skyrocket after you take that. So with all of that, I want to go ahead and bring up Neb Taharka, and I want you all to welcome him up as well. And so I will see you all on the next New Kin orientation. Make sure again that you have your notes. Well, y'all already should have been taking some notes, but you also want to make sure that you continue to take notes, because we're going to go over some real pertinent information as to how to get more involved with us as Synchronistic Human. And so with all of that, I send you all peace, love, and light, and let's all welcome Neb Taharka up to the stage, and I'll holler at you later. Stay peace.
It's just different.
I am the world changer, coded by the blue storm. My number is 19, the power of all number. I am the master alchemist, the force behind the philosopher's stone. Skilled at the art of transmutation. I am the catalytic transformer of world consciousness and planetary living. I oversee the changes of the weather. I am the thunder that shatters your world systems. I am the transport of clouds filled with lightning to illuminate the truth behind your illusions. I am the bringer of the drenching rains that purifies. It was I who caused the triple Aztec monuments of the Avatar archetype to appear in the ancient temple grounds. I oversee the morning and the evening stars. I behold the creator of the fifth sun, the present world. Sent forth am I to dwell among you, calling forth the sixth sun. For the great regeneration of the world's soul, to know me is to know your own power of self-generation. To know me is to know your own power of self-generation. Self-generation is power. I am the transport of clouds filled with lightning to illuminate the truth behind your illusions. I am the bringer of the drenching rains that purifies.
All right. Man, it is truly an honor and pleasure to be here. And before I say a word about what I have to talk about, I almost don't want to get up here, is give thanks to Kin 181, Moon Goddess Ambrosia, who breaks this down like none other. I love her zeal. I love the simplicity that she operates with. And she just has a beautiful spirit, and it's infectious. And her nurturing spirit and what she does is so eloquent in her ways. And so I give thanks that she is able to work with us and help us learn more about our galactic signature and how we can use that as a tool to help us evolve. So give thanks once again, Kim 181. You are the best of the best. And thank you for all your time and energy. It is truly appreciated. All right. So, of course, my name is Neb Taharka Kanishkawak, and I am delighted to just share some of the best practices and things that you can take advantage of in the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment. So this, first and foremost, this particular course is a 4-part course, and we open it up to the public because it's time to do something different. Wouldn't you agree? There are all kinds of changes that are going on in society, and if we're not making changes and adjustments, we're just sitting ducks. We're just in the middle of the road in the way of a major collision that's going to take place. And so when I look at this, I'm very grateful because um, we're in an incredible position. Those of you that got your galactic signature, if you have not gotten an email with your galactic signature, please put your email in the chat or message us, and we'll send you a little packet that has your galactic signature and some hot links that can help you increase and accelerate yourself on the learning curve of this. Because once you get it, you got it, and you're now becoming incorruptible with any other systemic programming that's going on, because we ain't on that program. They not like us. Okay, so that's the fact. They not like us. And so that's why we got these kin numbers. That's why we speak a different language. That's why we come from a whole nother perspective. Okay, so my kin number is kin 235. I am what's called the blue overtone storm, and my affirmation reads as follows: I empower in order to catalyze. Just that first line, just, man, just got me amped up, because I love to empower myself. I love to see others empowered. And I love to get things going so people and situations can be empowered. So I empower in order to catalyze, commanding energy. I seal the matrix of self generation with the overtone tone of radiance. I am guided by the power of accomplishment. And I am a galactic activation portal in order to catalyze commanding energy, self generation, radiance, and accomplishment enter me. Now, when you look at that from a general standpoint, it's like, what are they talking about? Well, I tell you one thing, it's something different than it's Thursday. Thursday don't tell me nothing. Thursdays take me in the opposite direction that I want to go versus evolution. Okay. So when we look at that, and we talk about empower, commanding energy, sometimes we have to really push ourselves to go through the process of breaking through and going to the next level. Life circumstances are not always opening the passageways for us to ease on in. So sometimes we just have to command ourselves to go in. So commanding our energy, sealing the matrix of self-generation is self-love, the unconditional love for self, the unlimited power of God in us. And with the overtone tone of radiance, we have a saying that your radiance dissolves any frequencies that's not aligned with your divine purpose. That's powerful, right? And then I'm guided by the power of accomplishment. So this is something that I say every day so that I can align myself with what type of reality I want to experience in this 24-hour Earth rotation that we have. All right. So I want to talk about some getting started things. If you're new, there's some things that you can do to get you on the evolutionary track of this experience. Step one, you want to make a decision to evolve. Now, to do that, you can look at the first four letters of evolve, EVOL, and it's love spelled backwards. So you got to love yourself to evolve. And so if you're not to the point where you're loving yourself enough to evolve, this is a good time to get with us and find some really good reasons to love yourself. Sometimes we have some difficult times and we're not really in love with ourselves like that right now. We seem to keep making the same mistakes with the same people sometimes, and we get down on our luck. So that can happen to anybody. That doesn't make anybody bad. So at that time, before you evolve, we need to talk about, hey, let's restore the self-love first. Then we'll talk about evolve. And once you made a decision to evolve, you want to register your kin number, right? Right. Now, how do you do that? Well, we're going to send you a link right in the chat, and you click on that link and you fill out the form. Now, why is this important? Because there's 260 kin, which represent 260 expressions of the creator. And each of those expressions bring out a dynamic energy in you in terms of your evolutionary process. So we're going to do a 260 kin or 260 expression meditation on March the 24th, because that's going to be also on that date, kin 260. And when we bring all of us together in the physical, we're going to be online. We're going to create the galactic brain, a combined brain, and we're going to syndicate frequencies from the cosmic mind, and we're going to magnetize individual and collective instructions for our next stage of evolution. It's a very powerful process, and we want you to definitely be a part of it. So register your kin number so that you can represent your kin. Why not? You have the kin number, which means you have a galactic purpose here on Earth. So why not position yourself to receive the instructions so that you can move at a more swifter pace than we have before? Step 3, become an I am member. Now, this is not mandatory, but this is something that I think is extremely important to help get you up the learning curve. Why? Because now you can get on your own TikTok and YouTube of galactic consciousness. Okay, you get into our archives and some of the replays. Uh, the thing, once you become a member, you get anywhere between up to 25% discounts on some of the courses, specialized courses that we do. And for the yearly members, the people who sign up for a year, they get up to 50% off of all the specialized courses. So except for one, the telepathic group. But just imagine that right now we have 13 courses that you can take, but it depends on you, depends on where you are, because there's prerequisites for each course. But what I'm saying is a tremendous value to be a contributing member, I am member, and I am stands for Infinite Aligned Memory. When you get into the I am membership, the very first thing that you want to do is go into the membership portal. And we have something in there called the Law of Time Basics. And these are anywhere between 8 and 15-minute videos about some of the terminology that we use, the discrepancies that we have with the Gregorian calendar, so that you can orient yourself and align yourself with this cosmology. So when you get in our sessions, you'll be like, that's what he was talking about, a law of time basis. I got you. That's a heptad. That's 7 days. Plasma. They're using plasma instead of days because we're not in the days and we're not weak. I got it. And so you'll get that and you'll have the understanding. So you'll be able to follow better. And the better you can follow, the faster you're going to go through this process. Faster you're going to get up the learning curve. Okay. And so there's other things that to focus on. You're going to receive some email instructions on how to log in properly. And I always tell people, you have to click on the curriculum button. And once you do, you're now going to access the videos. You'll see the name of the videos. Some of them will say Law of Time Basics. Some of them will say Amplify Your Purpose. That's our session we do each week on Sundays. And it's really powerful. It's really powerful once you get in the flow. I mean, it's like we have on Sundays, what's really good about Sundays is that we go through how the calendrical systems disrupt the systemic programming. We go through how the calendars that we follow empower us emotionally and spiritually. We also talk about how to receive the whole mind, right? The brain and the mind are different. We talk about that. And then we have a topic that we cover, and we have an assignment at the end to make practical to help you better your life. Every Sunday we do this at 10:30 a.m. It is incredible. So not only do we want you to come, we want you to invite like-minded people and be blown away by the information. Okay. So I say when you get in there, watch the Law of Time Basics repeatedly. I say for the first 28 days, you want to watch it over and over and over again so it becomes second nature. As Moon Goddess Ambrosius talked about, memorize your galactic signature. You can also schedule a reading with her to get a little more insight. Once you get your galactic signature emailed to you and a couple hot links, you want to inquire about that because, again, the deeper that you go into it, right, and the more you understand it, the faster you're going to evolve through this process. All right. So some of my helpful tips, I would say attend all the AYP. So AYP stands for Amplify Your Purpose sessions on Sundays at 10:25 a.m. So usually we have some nice little waiting music taking place. So you'll be waiting in the queue for us to start right at about 10:15, 10:20. We start that, and then we start the prayer at about 10:25, and we get rolling. Okay. Ask questions, ask for help, have long-term thinking. one of the things I have to tell you, be patient with your process. It took me a while. I've been doing this feverishly for 9 years, but it took me really a while to get all the alignments because we're working on becoming a multi-dimensional being. We're not taught that in mainstream society. We're not taught that in our school systems. We're not taught that in our churches. We're just not. Okay, so it's a different angle, but man, it will help you quantum leap, and that become the norm versus always taking choppy baby steps or no steps at all. So be patient with your process, become a volunteer, and I love to get your emails on your feedback and any questions that you may have or inspiration that you may have. So feel free to email me as well. All right. Some other things that you can do. Sign up for the appropriate classes. We are actually in our 21st consecutive semester of teaching this. And so in 2 weeks, we will be done with our 21st. So Moon Goddess said we've done 20. Well, we'll be able to change that after this one to 21. So I'm excited about that. Follow the 13 moon calendar in the Zolkin, the 260-day calendar daily. So we actually send you a link to the calendar so that you can do it, and the apps. You can get on the app. For iPhone users, you can use the 13:20 sync app, and for Android, etc. users, you can use you can put in the search 13 moon calendar, and these different apps will come up that support that. Okay, and here's what I say: step 9, attend all that you can, all that your schedule permits, free online courses or sessions that we have. Like this is a free online session. Every Wednesday we have something called Sing Talk. If you're available, definitely attend. You know, there's some good nuggets in there, and share with other like-minded individuals. They too want to evolve. They too are tired of going in this circle jerk, this feedback loop that's keeping us doing the same thing with different people, places, things. And we realize, dang, this is the same cycle I'm going through. It's time to break the cycle. I say, it's time to break the cycle. All right. So with that, just let me give you a summary. So level 1 is to become a member. So this is you can take a snapshot of this. You actually save $99 a year from getting a year membership, and depending on how many courses you take in 1 year, you get 50% off of the classes, up to 50%. So take a snapshot of this. This is what I was talking about earlier. The law of time basics. We go through and talk about the Gregorian calendar, the 13 moon calendar. If you are a female and still following the 12-month calendar, you are truly doing your avatar a disservice. It's time to get on natural time and natural cycles. And I say that because the female avatar is supposed to have 13 cycles a year that, when normal, are 28 days apiece. So the moon is mimicking your cycle. That's the moon cycle. Right? So how do you tap into that energy so you can be more creative, more expressive, more tapped in to your divine feminine energy and power? That's good for the whole planet and everything on it. Okay. The radio plasmas, those are like the days of the week. So we just talk about energy. The Destiny Cross shows us that we have 5 bodies that support us. So in the actual Law of Time Basics and in the Dukian Orientation, I believe it's week 3, we go over the Destiny Cross and its powers and the heptads. The heptads are like weeks. We call them hepta means 7. So these are very powerful. And then we got some more sophisticated things on the other side, integrating the new time, the power of the 13 moon calendar, the importance of the law of time, remembering the whole mind or the hollow mind perceiver, and much, much more. Okay, so take advantage of these things. They will help you. Just being here in the Nukian orientation and familiarizing yourself with this process is an evolutionary act. Okay, it's an evolutionary act. So next Thursday, already mark your calendar because we're going to have a different aspect of this that Moon Goddess is going to be talking about. And make sure you subscribe so that and we got your email so that you can get an email update and be early for the information. Because let me tell you, if you think this week was good, this session, let me tell you, next Thursday is going to be even better. So take advantage of that. Also, This Sunday, as I mentioned, every Sunday at 10:30, we have a session called Amplify Your Purpose While Living in the New Time. So this time we're going to be talking about, watch this, exponential growth and geometrical progression. How do you grow in your evolution exponentially? How do you grow your business exponentially? How do you grow your network exponentially? How do you grow in your healing and your optimal health exponentially? We're going to be talking about that on Kin 224, also known as the yellow electric seed. So get your seatbelt on, because it's going to lift you up. That exponential growth is going to take you to the top. All right. And you can follow us on social media. You can follow me at Nev_Taharka. I believe Moon Goddess. Moon Goddess, make sure you put yours in the chat. Moon Goddess, I want you to follow her as well. We will be coming out with the Synchronistic Human. You can follow us on Facebook, YouTube. You can look up Neb_Taharka, Instagram, and we have so much more that's coming down the pike. And also, you know, if you feel some insights and you feel that you're very inspired for what we got going on, definitely make sure that you donate. You can donate to the Synchronistic Human School of Enlightenment, and or you can donate to Moon Goddess Ambrosia directly. But what we do, you know, takes a lot of time and energy to help everybody advance. And sometimes the donations definitely help to take care of things that we may not have been able to take care of before. So it's very powerful. We appreciate all your donations. And even if you can't donate, just sending a positive thought or prayer to keep us moving forward. This is a great thing that we're doing. So I definitely thank you for that. All right. Any questions? Any questions that you may have? I want to definitely answer any questions, because this is your time. That we're talking about galactic consciousness and evolving. And the schools that I went to, they didn't talk about that. Even the higher institutions of learning that I went to, they didn't talk about evolving. They talked about, these are the skills you need to get a job. Well, you need skills too. Oh yeah, you don't just need consciousness and no skills and no talents, but consciousness helps you be a creator over a consumer, right? Be a CEO over an employee. And so there's not one better than the other, but when you get to a certain level, you want to be able to support the right cause or call your own shots. So if you don't have any questions, it's fine. You can email me your questions. You may have some come up later, but this is an incredible thing, and we are really just beginning. You really are just coming, those of you that are new, into this after a lot of growing pains, a lot of trial and error, and some things that we've had to make practical, because this can be abstract when you're looking at it for the first time. But it's taking decoding it and making it practical so anybody can win. And all I wanted to do was to create an environment where everybody could win and evolve like I did when I got started 9 years ago. All right. One of the best gifts that can be given to you is to be able to exercise full authority over your whole mind and all of its faculties and dimensions. Remember that. Take possession of your mind. Take possession of your mind. Take possession of your mind. I like to end with the Declaration of Evolution. Those of you that feel comfortable and you want to evolve, I say this every day. I'm telling all 100+ trillion cells in my body, hey, y'all, we're going to evolve again. Here we go again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say I, and then I'm going to say your name, and I'm going to repeat Taharka. But when I repeat Taharka, you repeat your name. And hereby declare that I will, and we're going to go line by line by line. Here we go. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will make evolution my #1 priority. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will clear any karma associated with my existence once revealed. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will discover, carry out, and become my purpose I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will remove any judgments that I have of myself and others. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will look for and remove any spiritual blockages or misalignments. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will end any cycles that do not support my evolutionary process. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will look for and remove any spiritual blockages or misalignments. I think I missed that one. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare will show compassion for all beings and all of the species on the planet. I say your name. We're almost there. Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will be patient with my process and others going through their processes. I say your name. Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will be disciplined and focused when things get challenging, and they will get challenging. It ain't if, they will. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will listen to my intuition and carry out its instructions when received. I say your name, Neb Taharka, hereby declare that I will ultimately strive for self-mastery. Ashe, Ashe, and Asheo. And so it is. So I want to thank you all for tuning in to this phenomenal session. And I'll tell you, don't forget, evolution is the solution. Check out the video on the way out. We'll see you on Sunday and some of you next week. Peace.